Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to another Monday Morning Art Talk. I'm Steven Silver, character designer and teacher, dedicated to helping you learn about the art industry and living up to your potential. Whippy! Alright, so today I wanted to talk about STDs. But not what you think, but it could almost be, but it's self-transmitted doubt. And why I think this is a big thing. I just recently came back from my European workshops that I was doing, and I just realized that so many people that I came across, and it's I don't know what it is. I mean, I think there's a scarcity amongst a lot of people, just being the fact that they're from, Europe. I'm just from Portugal. How can it happen for me? I just live in Spain. How can it happen for me? I'm just from Germany. How can it happen for me? These sort of like different mindsets of just because they live where they live, that it's all of a sudden this immediate, like, even though just talented, I met so many talented people, just so skilled, but the shut-off switch, the shut-off valve is just that moment of doubt that says, I live in this part of the world, so it's impossible for me to do something with my life. And it's just not true. There are so many people from Europe who are working in the studio system, who are working freelance, who are working just great jobs and doing things and whatever it is that they want, they're doing it. You cannot deny that. And this is the big thing, that when you have this doubt, and it's self-transmitted. It's this self-transmitted doubt that you're transmitting this and saying, I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough, it's impossible for me. And let me be honest, there are some people out there who just aren't good enough, and you're not good enough, and maybe you keep trying and going, well, it never happens for me. It never, every time I try, every time I do something, I keep getting rejected. It's just impossible. 10 people have told me no already, 20 people have told me no, and sometimes it's for a reason, and it's just having that true awareness that maybe your skill set truly isn't there, or you're not putting that right stuff in your portfolio. And again, getting those honest, truthful opinions from artists that you can contact all over the world, professionals, and meet with them and talk with them and see them, whether it's at a convention or through online, whatever it may be. If you truly want to get a real opinion, you can get a real opinion. And my thing is, stop showing your artwork to your parents and your family and everything else. They're going to tell you how great everything is. All right. But having this sort of doubt, this self-transmitted doubt, it just becomes this block for people just to give up so easy. And even the people that are so talented and having that mindset, it's just impossible. I can't get a visa. I can't do this. I don't have the connections. I don't have the money. There could be 50 million excuses, in all honesty, but that's part of what doubt is. That's all part of it, is like by you having these limitations in your mind and telling you yourself, and it's not just people in Europe, it's everywhere in the United States, no matter where you live in the world. It's just like having this opinion within yourself that this is so impossible just will stop you every single time. And all I can say to you, and the only true advice I can give to you, is just listen. We're gonna have doubts. We all do. I posted a recent art talk just about that. Just, you're going to have that sort of imposter syndrome, that doubt, like, am I good enough? But the reality is, even if you're having that thought, just still try. Just still try. Just still do everything in your power. Do everything in your power except put that self-transmitted doubt, that doubt. Just to forget about that. I'm doubting myself and I doubt my ability, but doggone it, I'm going to still try reaching out to that person. Doggone it, I'm still going to put my portfolio together and see what happens. And when you do get rejected, and you do submit to these places and you don't get accepted, do you just stop there? No. The reality is the people that do stop there, well, you know what? Now you've just opened up the doors for that other person who's willing to keep trying beyond the 5-10 times they were rejected. I've been rejected 5-10 times, but you know what? That's not going to stop me. That's not going to stop me because I really feel that I got something to give and something to say and something to do, and I'm going to keep working on that. And I don't care what you say. Thank you. I'm sorry I couldn't work for you guys, whatever it may be. But the bottom line is you don't stop. And the people who stop because of self-doubt will never get ahead. It's just not happening. The tree that you stop watering and nurturing is going to stop growing. It's not going to produce. Flat out. It's going to die. Okay, so what do you need to do? You just need to keep adding water. And I love the analogy because you guys know me by now watching these, how I love how nature tells us everything. It's just that if a tree, a plant is going to go through some crazy weathered storms. It's raining right now. You know, it's actually enjoying the water right now. But it goes through winds where it gets stressed and it gets pushed. You know, it gets, little bugs get into it. Snails will come around and eat at it, and different plants and tear it apart. You know, gardeners will come and trim and cut off the rose bush, but it's going to grow back. The thing is, you're going to not only kind of grow through this whole process, but it's just part of the process. So when we start just kind of eliminating the self-transmitted doubt, the STDs, you don't want what's an STD. You don't want an STD. So stop with the doubt and just do what you can to keep moving forward. Just make attempts. Just try. For crying out loud, please just try. I don't want to hear excuses from you if you haven't really tried. And it's not just trying once or twice, 3 or 4 times. It's not just trying one way. You got to think outside the box. And this is why I highly encourage that you write stuff down and you put stuff on paper and you share that message. Okay, so that's the important lesson for today. But before we go, I'm just going to cut into just reading one of my own personal journals. All right, I was just flipping through my journal and I came to this one page that I wrote something here, and I wrote, failure is part of the process. You stop failing at things when you realize it's part of the process. I don't feel like I ever have failures because I accept it. And that's the bottom line. You got to accept those failures and know that it's part of the process. And trust me, you're going to move forward so much smoother in life and so much more joy. So much more because you're going to be enthusiastic all the time. And then I wrote a couple of quotes here. One of them looks like I wrote unknown author, but they said, you get what you work for, not what you wish for. That's a great quote. You get what you work for, not what you wish for. So stop wishing about stuff. Work for your wishes. Man, that's the thing. Just work for your wish. And then this is from a book, Tuesday with Maury, where he said, a loss or setback can be a great gain. And that's very true too. I think when you have losses, when you have failures, they can turn into great gains as long as you're open-minded and willing to make that a reality. So stop with the STDs, okay? Self-transmitted doubt, whatever boat you're in, whatever, I don't care what it is. Just take control. Just do what you can do. Work as hard as you can work. Study what you need to study. Learn what you need to learn. And that's what you got to do, all right? You make it a great week. Talk to you next week. To subscribe to my mailing list and stay updated on future workshops and events, please go to my contact at silvertunes.com and simply hit join mailing list. Until the next time, make it a great week and thank you for listening.